I am glad to see you on my channel. Show your support by liking, subscribing, and leaving comments. Your participation motivates me to create new videos. Enjoy the content. Keep having fun until tonight. I nodded without taking my eyes off the laptop screen. Working from home allowed me to stay put, unlike my friend Sarah, who had to commute to the office every weekday. However, when her aunt came to visit us unexpectedly, I found that I wasn't bored at all. Sarah's aunt didn't look like an aunt, but rather looked like a sister. "It's just us at home again, Michael," she said. "Yes, Victoria," I replied. She made it clear that she preferred to be called Victoria rather than Auntie. I watched her as she moved around the house in her short robe, seemingly oblivious to my presence. After an hour, she came over to me and placed her hand on my shoulder, stroking it gently. "Do you need to wash anything?" I answered simply, "No." I didn't pay attention to the chuckle that escaped her lips, but her touch lingered on my shoulder, causing a familiar sensation I associated with Sarah. Returning my attention to the text on my laptop, I couldn't help but wonder why Victoria always greeted me in her robe, casting unusual glances in my direction when I came out of the bathroom after a shower, and always trying to make body contact. Putting my laptop aside, I headed into the bathroom. The door was slightly ajar, and I could see Victoria's shapely legs as she bent over to load laundry into the washing machine, causing her robe to lift slightly. Even though she was older, she exuded the same attractiveness as Sarah. I knocked on the door before opening it wider. "Michael, you scared me." Victoria slowly straightened up, adjusting her robe and involuntarily opening the neckline on her chest even more. She always acted like this when Sarah wasn't home, and I'd gotten used to it. "You came to help me?" "I wanted to know how much longer you'll be staying with us." How I could help her, I guessed, but there was still something I needed to clarify first. "Michael, I'll be gone, and you'll miss me." How can I let that happen? What was going through Victoria's mind as she said all this in that sweet voice and penetrating gaze? Only she knew. I could only guess. And it was dangerous for me to act. She'd go and tell Sarah I was hitting on her aunt. So I went back into the hall to avoid any incident. And I think I heard Victoria sigh in displeasure. A couple hours later, she sat in the chair next to me. My ex was always figuring things out with me. I couldn't even get a job I liked because it was exclusively male. I lifted my head from my laptop and looked at her puzzled. Victoria was sitting with a glass of wine and looking me straight in the eye. It's a good thing I don't have to come up with a reason why I'm in the same apartment with such a handsome man right now. I set the laptop aside and stood up. Victoria finished her glass and rose to follow me. We walked toward each other and did what we'd been dreaming about since the first day she moved in.